Hey, friend. I hope you had a good week. This is Friday morning or Thursday night when you'll get this. I had a good week. I was on jury duty this week, so I had to go and, sit and hope they pick me or hope they don't pick me. I always hope they pick me. I always wanted to sit on a jury, but they never pick me. I think it's because I say pastor, and that scares them. I asked a lawyer one time, why don't they ever pick me? It's been 4 times I've been picked since I was 18 years old. I'm 50. And he said they don't like people with strong opinions. They want people with moldable opinions. So, I don't know. They didn't even ask me a question this time. But when I was in jury duty, I was up in the town we used to live in where I went to Bible school and everything. I drove around some of our old places. And I remembered, I went by the house Lucie and I first lived in when we first got married. And I remembered our $2 date. I remembered where we used to walk, not drive, to save gas, to the video store. And you could get an overnight video for 67 cents. It was called Payless Videos. And they got all the videos that were too worn out and raggedy for Blockbuster. So there were skips and fuzzy stuff and lines on these videos, but you could get one overnight for 67 cents. Then we'd go to the Burger King next door, and you could get 2 Whoppers for $1 back when we first got married, 23 years ago, back when we first got married. And then we'd go home, and we'd have our $2 date complete. We'd put our little VCR video in our 9-inch screen TV, sit about 2 feet away, and watch the movie. And Lucie used to always ask me if I wanted the rest of her Whopper. Ooh, can't eat all this Whopper. You want the rest of my Whopper? I'd say, well, sure. It took me years to realize Lucie could indeed eat a whole Whopper, but she knew that if she was going to be a little bit hungry or satisfied after one Whopper, then I would probably be more hungry than that. And so she would always then offer me feign fullness and offer me the rest of her Whopper. So she would have, 2/3 of a Whopper, and I'd have 1 1/3, and we'd watch our movie and we were happy. And so I went home and I wrote that down. I realized, even though I've told that story a lot, and even to my children, I've never written it down. My grandchildren and my great-grandchildren will not know that story. And what's the significance of that story? Well, my wife has probably been the biggest testimony of the faithfulness of God in my life that I have. God has shown himself more faithful by giving me the wife that I have than by anything else he's done for me. And in this whole journey of capturing the stories of God's faithfulness in our lives, to keep ourselves encouraged and to give to our children, boy, it would just be awful if 100 years from now they weren't reading about my wife and the faithfulness of God he has shown towards me by giving me my wife. So it's not just all about us in terms of remembering the faithfulness of God in our lives. It's about everybody. So your life matters because God created you unique. You matter. Remember the stories of God's faithfulness. I hope you had a good week. I hope you have stories of his faithfulness. We'll see you next Friday.